Were you going to introduce?
I wasn't.
Whose episode is this?
I wasn't. I was just gonna.
Today we're watching Ichi the Killer or something. Say something.
I thought you were just gonna play the music. Today we're reviewing Ichi the Killer, so stay tuned for our review.
Man, put some energy into it, Sydney.
Is this a metal thing?
Yes. Little taste.
David, what is this?
It's pretty thick.
Great.
I have to kill a lot of people. Just tell me what you want me to fuck.
I have big tits and a tiny vagina.
Oil me up, Daddy.
I can't believe that Bryce prefers big tits. Mistletoe alert. This is backcountry.
This guy was a real jerk.
How long can Hugo be pregnant?
Chomp, 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 chomp.
Oh, you're such a dick, David.
Okay, everybody, put on your corpse handling gloves.
Ew.
Hoodie Picasso. Horror.
Hello and welcome to Horror Movie Talk. I'm Sydney Lee, and with me are my lovely co-hosts Bryce Hanson and Max Allen. Okay, two very different responses.
Max
to
emo.
that.
It's the emo version of Max today.
I'm trying so hard to mask my rage today. It's
He's so angry.
This is a good movie to be rageful, because that's kind of what the whole movie's about. So we're, of course, a silly, goofy, but very serious horror movie review show. New theatrical releases always get priority, but we also review older horror movies, both good and horrible. Make sure you rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. Please rate us 5 stars. Please give us a good review. We love you guys, and we want you to love us back. Full video on YouTube, of course. Don't be a square. Make sure to share. Also, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/horrormovietalk. It's the best over there. We got a whole bunch of stuff, and we have a bonus episode that we have just released onto the main feed and onto the YouTube. So you can check out the afterpod for that on Patreon. And of course, if you want to add your P to the community pool, go to horrormovietalk.com or call 682-253-4468 and leave us a voicemail. We've got a great show today. We will be reviewing Ichi the Killer. We start out by giving a brief review and our score. We score at a scale of 1 to 10. After we give our score, we'll get into spoilers and take a deeper dive into what we liked and hated about the film. So Ichi the Killer can be found on Tubi, which is the absolute GOAT. It has everything. Every time I go on Tubi, they're like, here's the best movie of all time, and it's streaming on this website. It's the best.
It's also on Peacock. It's also on Canopy and Hoopla, I think, if you want to use your library card.
Does anyone actually use Hoopla? Name one person who's ever logged into Hoopla.
I have.
I use Canopy if I'm going to do the library thing, but...
Is it streaming on Bebop?
It's streaming on Bebop, Peepoo, Popo, and Tebow.
Oh, okay.
What about Chum Chum?
Tybo. It's on the Tybo streaming
Cool.
network.
The whole branch.
The streaming network owned by Billy Blanks.
All right, so this film follows Kakihara, a sadomasochistic yakuza whose boss goes missing. He sets out on a path of kidnapping and torture to find the man who did this, only to find out that the culprit, Ichi, is a complete sadistic psychopath. Chaos and gore ensue. This movie is a lot better than I remember, and I remember loving it. The opening sequence hooks you immediately with sped up camera movements and manga-like color grading at times. And this is based on a manga, so that makes sense.
Isn't manga just black and white?
Doesn't have to be.
No, I thought most of manga was black and white.
No.
I thought it was on like newspaper print for some reason.
I've never read a manga.
They're
in my
books.
life.
They're books.
Okay.
Actually, that's a lie. I read the Kingdom Hearts manga when I was like 12.
I have a manga, but I've never read it. This reveals
Is it in Japanese? Is that why?
No.
They're trying to learn Japanese first and then go back and...
Right.
Man, this
That's
will
my
pay off so
motivation.
hard.
My motivation is to read Kakiguri Volume 1. This reveals to the viewer that what you're about to watch isn't a typical action horror film. This movie does have its problems, as it has laughably bad CGI at times, but if you can get past those 3 or 4 shots, you can enjoy the movie. My other issue with the film is the treatment of women on screen. It's absolutely devastating, depraved, and nausea-inducing. But to be fair, mostly everyone dies in this movie, so whether you're a woman or not, in this world, you're going to get tortured, so I guess it's kind of fair in the end. At first glance, it's very much torture porn, but there's a real story there that provokes humanity's most suppressed subconscious emotions. Ichi the killer exemplifies the unpredictability of human perseverance in the utmost underbelly of society. This movie does not beg you to sympathize. What?
That's such a stretch. That's such a stretch to me. Like to say,
Can
like,
I finish my review? Can I finish? You can
Okay,
criticize it
go
after
ahead.
I'm done. My
all right, go
goodness.
ahead.
This movie does not beg you to sympathize or revel in its grotesqueness. It wants you to be uncomfortable. It does not want you to like these characters at all. I love cinema that makes me squirm. I would also be remiss not to mention that the costumes are divine, especially our main man Kakihara's fly suits. The iridescent one he wears in the final scene is stunning. I really do love this movie. It can be extremely tough to watch at some particularly gory times, but it's great if you can stomach it. Just don't try to eat dinner while you watch it. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. So what do you have?
Bryce,
What do you have to
I want to
say?
hear what
I
you have
mean,
to say, Bryce.
To say, at first glance, it's very much torture porn, but there's a real story there that provokes the humanity's most suppressed subconscious emotions. Like, there isn't really a real story there. It is just torture porn. Like, it's literally, that's what the movie is like, how much fucked up shit can we put in this movie? It's like, for people that watched Audition and be like, yeah, but could we have more? Could we have the entire movie of torture?
See, I like Audition a lot better. Like, out of the 2 Takashi Miike movies I've seen, I like Audition better. But, like, I think this one, like, the first time I watched it, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what's the point of that? But I think upon second viewing, and I haven't seen it in, like, probably almost 10 years, but, like, there's it's like Kakihara is a masochist, and Ichi is a sadist, and and Kakihara thinks he's like met his match, and he thinks like there's a whole thing there. There's a lot of little stories in it. There's the guy with the son, and he's got the gun stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff going on. He also fit 10 volumes of manga in one movie, so it's very condensed.
I mean, I will say it does have a lot of empathy for sadists and masochists in this movie. This is, if you are a sadist or a masochist, like, this is the movie for you. But yeah, and I mean, it's like,
I don't think it has empathy for Ichi. I really don't.
I put it on the level of like Human Centipede 2, where it's like, anything that portrays humanity in any way is just going to be exploited for more shock value and gore potential. Like, the relationship between the kid and his father is literally just there to exploit the death of the father, you know, in the end.
Spoilers, hold on.
I know, what the fuck?
I mean, yes, there's a lot of moving parts in this, and to say that there's not a story, it's not true. There is a story. It's it's
also very beautifully shot. Like, there are some really inventive like cinematography in this
oh
movie.
yeah, it's a very stylish, like, really interesting movie to watch. It's 2 hours long of just the most depraved stuff, but it kept my attention the entire time just because it is really stylish. It's edited really well. I mean, it's weird. The story is so simple, and it feels like there's a ton of moving parts, but in the end, it's not that complicated. But the way that it reveals information is, you know, drip fed to you to keep you attentive. But yeah, I mean, it's very much an exploitative, very gore, torture forward movie. To say, it's hard to say I enjoyed it, but it was a quality movie, directed well. Was interesting. Lots of like cool things, but very much rooted in just a very
yucky.
very yucky kind of like shock, impulse of, like I can imagine watching this as like a 16, 17-year-old and being like, this is the best movie I've ever seen, because
that's what I did.
He didn't give a fuck about what people thought. And like, as a teenager, that's the most impressive thing. You don't have like any context or you don't care. But as an adult, you're like, okay, this is just masturbation at this point. Like, and it's literally like there's masturbation in the movie. Like it's a little on the nose of like, I'm getting enjoyment out of seeing people tortured and raped and murdered. And it's like hard to put any kind of motivation on this other than kind of celebrating that in a very stylistic, cool way.
Okay.
There's no redeeming qualities of this movie. Like that's the other thing. It's like there's not really any semblance of like a feel good feeling after watching it. But it's good. I mean, it's it is very early 2000s too. Like it feels very late 90s, early 2000s of kind of MTV style quick cuts. It reminded me a lot of like Fight Club and Memento, and a lot of like those late 90s, early 2000s, a little bit of Matrix stuff. So it is very much of the time, but from a different culture, and from like just a kind of depraved sensibility. It's a very interesting watch, but I don't think I could ever recommend it to anyone other than someone that like is like, you know what, I love Saw for just the Saw stuff.
I love Saw when he cuts his foot off.
Yeah. My favorite movie is Human Centipede 2. What is your recommendations for me? And be like, oh well, I got that on lock for you.
My favorite movie is Spiral from the Saw franchise,
right,
with Samuel L. Jackson. What's your score?
Well, Spiral was Chris Rock.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson was in it too.
He was the dad.
He was the dad in the end.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't remember that. Yeah, it's really hard to score this one. Because it's very high quality, but I didn't like it. you know? So, I mean, I don't know. I'd give it a 6, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's like I said, it's a really high quality movie, but I didn't enjoy it necessarily.
Can you enjoy the fact that it gave you an experience, though?
Not if I don't like the experience.
Okay. See, I just like to feel. I don't really care what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like, you know, I'm pretty big apologist, you know, about violence and crime and just evil stuff in movies.
I mean, we do a horror movie
Yeah,
podcast, so that's kind of the, you know,
but you
crux
know, it's
of a
like,
lot of it.
I mean, a lot of people, like, if there's sexual assault in a movie, they're like, well, that's just a no-go. I can't just watch that movie at all. And I'm like, well, I mean, sometimes it's okay. But in this one, it's like, there's no like argument to be made that there's anything redeeming about.
No, it's really bad. It's really bad. It's horrible to watch. Like, I could watch the dudes get tortured with the hooks in his back for the whole movie, but once the women come on screen, it's real bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Because at least the guys have some sense of like autonomy and character, and all the women in this movie are, well, maybe one, but most of the women in this movie are literally just there to appear in a woman's body to be tortured and sexually assaulted.
But also, like, the guys in this movie are like yakuza, they're gang members. So it's like these guys probably aren't really good guys anyways. So it's like if they're gonna get killed and tortured, it's like, all right. But then it's like the women are just like, I'm trying to live my life as a woman, and they're
Right.
like, nope, you're gonna get tortured. Like it's like,
Right.
oh my god, okay, fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. It's pretty fucked up.
Max, what about you?
Yeah, so I've never really been a big fan of torture porn movies. Human Centipede is not really my thing. Neither is Hostel or most of the Saw movies. Saw 1 I actually think is a masterpiece. And then it just goes off the rails. And this movie reminded me a lot of Tokyo Gore Police, which is an episode we've recorded and never released.
Never released it.
But I actually think this is like, for me, this is what Tokyo Gore Police should have been. Like, it's more, okay, I'll say it's more set in reality. It's still not set in reality because there are some wacky things that happen, but it's more set in reality. It's more grounded. And I'll agree with you, Sydney, that there is enough of a story to make the torture scenes not just feel like they don't feel totally unearned. So I liked it a lot more than I expected to because it's just not my genre of film. What's the guy's name? Kakihara?
Kakihara.
Kakihara. Kakihara?
Kakihara. Yeah.
Kakihara. Okay. Kakihara is basically like the Joker if the Joker was sexy. Which
He is so sexy, isn't he? Oh my god.
He's okay. This might be controversial, but he's kind of him. You know what I mean?
He is him.
He's him. Like, he took a DNA test and it came back 100% Himalayan. He's a horrible person, but you kind of root for him in a way where it's like, yeah, he's kind of cool though. I don't know. Like,
That was so good.
a little badass, a little bit. So I did enjoy it. I had to watch it in 2 sessions because it is really long. And I do think it keeps your attention, but like sometimes I just can't fit a whole 2-hour movie into my day. So I did have to break it up. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I don't like the quick edits. Bryce, you said that the editing was really good. I thought the editing was just kind of weird and so there was one scene where it was ending a scene and cutting to a new scene, but in between it showed a picture of a raven for like 2 milliseconds and then it was gone. And I was like, was that an accident? Was that supposed to be there? The editing is odd.
I loved it. I love that shit. I love that shit so much.
I did like the movie a lot though, surprisingly. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.
I'm so surprised that you're the one that liked this and Bryce is the one that didn't like it as much. Like, I thought it would have been the other way around. But I think when you texted about the movie, which we'll get into it because it's kind of a spoiler, but like, I was like, it seems like Max, I read that text and I was like, Max must like this movie. I was like, yeah, that's good. Like, anytime
I actually talk about the movie before we get there, it's like, okay, he probably liked it a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
When it's just radio silence for me, you know, I'm angry that I watched it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm glad that
this is very much one of those movies where while I'm watching it, I'm like, why is Sydney doing this to me?
I wanted to do this movie since I started on the pod. I used to like ride for this movie. Like, I love the opening scene. Like, I just love the way that it's edited. I love the way that it's shot. And I think Kakihara is hot. But I have a couple of fun facts before we get into the mid-roll, and I thought these would be fun. And I also think we should do more trivia on the show. I feel like we don't do it enough.
Is trivia going to save the pod?
Yeah, trivia is going to save the pod. Okay, so here's a couple things. So the guy who plays Funaki, played by Jun Kunimura, he plays the devil in The Wailing, if you recognized him.
I've never finished The Wailing.
That's like
I've watched it twice
for me.
And I get to about the same point and then I like fall asleep and then I never go back to it.
It gets like so much more depraved as you keep watching. It's so good. I love that movie.
I liked it. I don't know why I've never finished it.
You should.
Probably because it's really long.
Also, the guy who plays Kakihara, who is Tadanobu Asano, he plays Kashigi Yabushige in Shogun, which he won an Emmy for last year. And he shouted out this movie. He was like, I forget exactly what he said in his speech, but he was like, I can't believe, like, when I played Kakihara and Ichi the Killer, I never thought I would win an Emmy for a show. Like, he was like, I've come so far, which I think is cool.
Oh, he's the actual Shogun. Is he the Shogun in Shogun?
No, he's a supporting actor. He won for supporting actor.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember what character he was then.
He was like the guy who had to commit seppuku.
Oh,
Commit seppuku?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the kind of wily friend.
Yeah, he was like a dick, and he was trying to go defy everyone and create his own little whatever. So this is confirmed by Takashi Miike himself. The cum is real in the title sequence. It's real cum.
Yeah, I could tell.
It's real cum. Which I think is...
Why?
I think it's great. He confirmed it. The director himself confirmed it. It's real cum. I wonder whose cum it is. I don't know who had to
now
jerk
I'm
off.
trying to think of, like, based on the consistency, how long they had to store that up for, because...
And there was a lot. Like, it's not...
there's a lot.
A lot of cum.
When it's not stored up, I feel like it's more, like, clear and liquidy. But when it's stored up, it gets, like, thicker and more, like, white. So I feel like he, must have been a week of just, like...
A week?
Yeah.
Maybe he just, whoever did it, he shoots the ropes. I don't know.
Well, they got it. They did a bukkake scene, and that was never shown, and so they had a lot of extra.
Imagine, like, you're the guy, like, you get hired specifically to produce the cum for that scene, and you store it up for, like, you're going 2 weeks, and you're like, this is gonna be so great, and you have a wet dream before the night.
God damn it!
You're like, no.
Takashi Miike comes in. He's like scraping it off of you. He's like, we have to harvest this. Yeah, I don't know. There was no other information I saw on it other than he confirmed that it was real.
Yeah, I will call bullshit. I bet this is a lie.
I choose to believe it. I choose to believe it.
It's so
movie magic, folks.
In terms of like production, the complications of using actual semen would not justify using it. Like, it'd be so much easier to be like if someone asked you after the fact, like, that was lotion, right? Just be like, no.
Well, it's definitely not lotion. It doesn't look like lotion.
It was actual semen.
It looks like semen.
Okay, let's think about the logistics, because it's gonna dry up if it's produced too soon. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, they obviously someone jerked off and they literally immediately poured it and it dripped.
Oh, obviously, is that obvious to you?
Is that obvious to you?
That's how it has to happen, right? Like there's no other way.
That's what
All
I'm
right, let's
thinking.
just look at how much semen was in.
It was a lot.
The film. Like, that's
Well,
like
No,
hold on,
it's just the opening. It's just the opening sequence. It's real. That's what he said. It's not the other times.
All right, so
the title card, Ichi the Killer.
The title card looked CGI though.
Well, obviously the text is CGI.
But it was like bubbling out of the. I don't know. If
We can watch the opening credits right now, Bryce.
Yeah,
pull it up.
Okay, let's just say how much cum was on screen.
Wait, so it
like,
says
as
that
a
he
measurement.
collected the semen in a bucket from willing crew members. From my understanding
it's
of
a
it, he asked
hodgepodge.
whoever was okay with it to take the bucket and add to it. I don't think it was a public thing. Everyone went off and added their own. Mike is a mad fucker though, so you never know.
Okay, well,
What? So
all right. Well, in that
you'd have
case,
to- like if you're the first
I
person,
guess in that case, I mean, that is very economical.
That's so gross. Take the communal
All of
bucket.
a sudden, I have just lost respect for the Japanese, just overall. Just like,
How? This is even bad. This makes me respect them more. That's real movie magic right there. That's
Sydney,
not.
they're
okay,
carrying
just imagine
around
this was
cum
an
bucket.
American production, like in today, and someone just said, like, "Oh yeah, we just handed around a bucket to all the men on set," you know, and just told them to like take it behind the, you know,
Probably in the bathroom, Bryce.
yeah, behind the wall, and just jerk off, like. That would, you'd be okay with that? That's just like crazy.
If I was directing a movie that called for a cum title sequence, which I would not be doing, but if I was, I think it would be more authentic to get the real thing. Right?
Imagine how uncomfortable the women on the set were for that. Just
I would
these
laugh.
women already signed up to shoot some scenes that probably made them feel very uncomfortable. So
Cut
I don't
their
think this was
nipples off.
the most female friendly set.
and who gets to clean it up? Like, I bet the production assistant's like, oh,
Well, it was on a
thanks
plant,
lot.
so maybe
Yeah,
they just
thank
pick
you.
up the pot and they're
Yeah, it was
like,
on
we
the
got to get this
plan,
out of
right,
here.
Right.
Or maybe it soaks it up and then it's like,
It's
then it's really
fertilizer.
economical.
Yikes.
All right. Well, the last
It's like fertilizer.
I have like
How am I the one on this episode that's like the super like clutching pearls conservative person? Like, I feel like I'm getting pranked.
you
It's
need
like,
to be sex positive, Bryce.
okay.
Okay, this is next.
What?
Maybe there wasn't a bucket. Maybe the director just went around and was like catching it in his mouth and like storing it. Well, because he has to put it in the right spot. Like, he's the director. He's got to make sure it's right. So he's like, he's like,
And also, it's kind of rude for him to say, like, come into this bucket. That's a lot of pressure. It's like,
Yeah.
couldn't we just used a cup?
Well,
Like, that's kind of,
well, he said it said like the willing crew members, so maybe he like went around. And he was like, "Do you want your cum to be the movie?" And then they were like, "Maybe."
I'm just saying, the bucket is like, that's just, it's too large of a receptacle. It's kind of rude.
yeah, that's demeaning.
It's
It
like,
is. Yeah. Mm.
So how high up the food chain of the movie crew do you think you have to be asked to contribute to the cum bucket? Because
Probably anyone, right?
you think even like surely they're not asking the catering people. Hopefully.
I don't know. You probably ask all comers.
Well, you do ask all comers, but you ask everybody.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows caterers are full of cum. So, like, of course you'd ask them.
I'm just saying, if someone's handling the little Jimmy John sandwiches that are for the crew, I don't know if I want them to take a break from that to go jack off and then come back and be like slicing deli meat. How
It'd be
often
great if,
do you
like,
think
they,
you go to like a
they had-
restaurant and like the cook just barely got back from his break and he's like, he just unloaded the ropes.
Oh, when I was dating my ex-boyfriend, he told me that like some of the line cooks would like go in the bathroom to jerk off and then come back to cook.
It probably happens more than you think.
well, I
like,
hope
I-
they'd wash their hands.
Maybe, but like, why are you? I have never understood why people jerk off at work.
Yeah, I think we've had this conversation before.
I think we have.
Yeah.
I feel like we have.
I've never had this conversation.
Maybe we embraced it. I don't know.
Yeah,
It feels
'cause
like
I-
we have. Okay, should
I
I?
think I might have implicated myself in that conversation and then I got shamed.
Maybe
we
Kidding
did
yourself
it.
in what?
What are you talking about? You've jerked off at work?
His face.
Like, who's sex shaming now? Who's sex shaming me now, Sydney?
Wait, we definitely haven't had this conversation.
I mean, do you take a shit at work?
Yeah,
Of course you do.
of course.
Do you pee at work? Yeah. Do you eat? What's the problem here?
Oh God. Well, I mean, I think it would be more to do if I did that at work. It's not really very easy, like, to get that going. But
Yeah, I mean, it's different for different genders, I think. Like, but
Bryce, do I
mean-
need to break out the little factory booklet?
for young men only. Yeah, my factory was way out of whack.
oh my God.
Well, I think like also COVID kind of like all rules are off. I mean, you're at home.
Wait.
Oh, well, that's way different.
Wait,
Whoa.
Wait, of course.
No, we're talking in the office,
I was
Bryce.
talking in the office.
I mean,
This is so great.
not once. I mean, guys, I'm 43 now. You don't think there's not been a time
What does
where
that mean? You're 43, so you have to jerk
I
off
have
in the
decades
bathroom.
decades of time where like there's not once where in the middle of the day I'm like, this is distracting. I need to jack off. You don't think that's not happened once?
Oh, so you're doing it for the company.
I
It's
am.
distracting you and
I'll
and you
be
have
more
to get
productive.
That's so great.
I mean, yeah, it's you can't tell people that they can't sexually harass people and also tell them that they can't jerk off during work. It's like you're just asking for trouble. If you
I'm
got
going
a
to go
bunch
on
of people
record and say you
walking
can
around with
both not
hard-ons.
harass women and not jack off.
Right.
True.
You know, it's just like the most conservative cultures are also the ones that have the most, misogynistic cultures with sexual assault, you know?
What?
So the rules around not jerk. Well, actually, is there a rule to not jerk off at work?
I think it's implied,
Well,
right?
implied is no dice, Sydney. That's
I mean, they tell you what to wear at work. And they don't think
Not really at my job. We don't really have a dress code.
I'm just saying. You can't sex shame me. I'm not saying I'm this depraved guy that was like jerking off several times a day at work. I'm just saying like a couple times throughout a professional career. Of course, yeah,
Wait,
I've been
this is like
in the bathroom.
I think you should leave episode where he's like, you can watch a little porn at work. You can watch a little porn at work.
little porn at work.
We get a little porn. I didn't know I was gonna do this.
I think we should be able to jack off a little bit at work.
Oh God. Okay. Well, my last bit of trivia was that the scene where the guy's hanging with the hooks, it took 12 hours for him to get into makeup for that, and then it took another 12 hours to shoot the scene, which I thought was crazy. That's a long.
That's a
fucking day.
24-hour scene.
Scene. Yeah.
I mean, they should have just put hooks in them. That probably would have saved a lot of time. I mean, if they're going to come into a bucket, like,
It looks so real. Like, honestly, that scene looks really real. Like, there is some gore in this that does not look real, but that one, pretty convincing. So, I mean,
Well, we've seen, as Bryce has showed us, that you can put hooks in your flesh and be all right.
be fine. Yeah. I mean, he is fine. He doesn't die in the movie. He's fine. So, all right. Let's get it. Let's get into spoilers. We gotta stop. But first, commercials. If you're listening to these, you know you don't have to. You can go to our Patreon. You don't have to listen to fucking commercials. I know it's annoying that we have commercials. I know. I read the reviews. I see them. I know it's annoying. It's annoying for us too because we have to put them in, and we have to put them in. We can't not put them in, or we won't get published, and you won't hear the episodes. So if you don't want them, you should go to our Patreon, patreon.com/horrormovietalk. If you sign up for the $6.66 a month tier, which is basically the price of one coffee, you can get the episodes ad free, and it's great and it's awesome. And you get our afterpods, and yeah, so go over there, check it out. Also, check out our HMT shop at horrormovietalk.com. We have a lot of good things, and Max told me that he finally sent me the sweatshirt, so I'm gonna
I
get that
did.
going.
Finally.
I sent the sweatshirt. I only had it for about a month. Bryce,
Yeah.
you had it for a lot longer. But a month is too long, I agree. Man, I was so mad that I eventually had to go to the post office.
I'm so sorry. But I will be getting that soon, hopefully. I don't know how long mail takes. But check out our resident artist, Dustin Goebel. We love him so much. He does so much for us. He does all of our artwork, and he takes commissions from HMT fans. So to contact him at DGOEBEL00 on Instagram and make your artistic dreams come true. Tell him that we sent you. And once again, our voicemail is 682-253-4468. Thanks again for listening. Let's get into spoilers.
So let's talk about the marketing for this movie, because was I wrong in assuming that Kakihara was Ichi the killer?
Yeah, I thought he was Ichi the whole time.
It was like I think that was the point. I was trying to read some stuff about that, and I remember when I first watched it, like a long time ago, I thought he was Ichi too, but it's supposed to be like Ichi and Kakihara are like two sides of the same coin. Like that's supposed to be the implication there. But I even forgot when I first started watching this, like, you know how the opening scene is like the big gross murder, like you don't see what happens, but you see all like the blood and guts, and then a crew comes in to fix it, and then Kakihara is introduced, and you're kind of like, oh, so Kakihara did that. Like, that's what I thought for a while.
That's what I thought too.
And it was the second time I watched this, and then I had, like, halfway through the movie, I was like, Kakihara didn't do that. It was Ichi. Like, I was like,
yeah,
oh, okay.
Well, I was confused by, the first, 20, 30 minutes trying to figure out what actually happened. So, that first murder, was that the boss?
That was the boss.
Yes.
And he was just raping some girl?
A teenager was the implication.
And then who was looking at him through the window? Was that Ichi?
No. That's different.
That's different.
That's a different scene.
So the opening scene is like the really fast-paced shots, and then you see some of the Yakuza members, and they say like, oh, the boss is missing, go find him or something. And then there's like the cleanup crew goes into this apartment with this all the blood and guts everywhere. It's like really egregious. And then they clean it all up, and then Kakihara goes in with the rest of the Yakuza crew, and they're like, where the fuck is the boss? Did he run off with that teenager? Where is he? And then they're trying to find him. And then we're introduced to Ichi a little bit later, and Ichi is watching just this random woman get beaten and raped by her boyfriend. She's not
a random woman. She's a prostitute, and that's her pimp.
Oh,
and this is a prostitute that he goes to.
Well, yeah, but there's two scenes where it was basically the same, where it opens with, doesn't it open with the rape scene?
No. It opens with the murder and the cleanup crew cleaning it up. And then the gang finds they go to where the murder happened, but it's been cleaned up. So they don't know he was murdered. They just know he's missing.
They just think the boss is missing. And so that sends Kakihara on this like path of torture and kidnapping to try to find, because the boss has the money too. So they need this money because they don't have money. You don't remember this?
I'm
confused. This is what happened.
I'm confused.
Watch the opening scene. You can watch it on YouTube. You can
I'm
pull
gonna
it up.
You guys keep talking amongst yourselves.
No, you can pull it up.
Well, I get why they put Kakihara on the poster, because Ichi is like not a very good looking man.
No, he's like a creepy little kid. That's like how I know he's not a kid, but he is like mentally like a kid.
You know who he reminds me of is who's that guy from Nacho Libre? Not Jack Black, but the other guy.
I've never seen Nacho Libre.
What?
Yeah, never.
Nacho Libre's a classic.
The
What are
guy
you
that plays
talking about?
Pedro and isn't it the same guy that plays Pedro in
That is
Napoleon
not the
Dynamite?
same guy. Hold on, I'll pull him up. Don't
The
worry.
sidekick in Nacho Libre?
Yes. That is not the same guy. Here, I'll
Pretty
show you.
sure it is.
It ain't. It ain't.
No, it's not. That's not the same guy.
He just reminds me of this guy. Like he's always smiling like this.
Yeah, I hate his fucking face. Like, it's so creepy. But then you have to remember that these are like comic book characters, so that kind of gets you through the weird shit that they do. Like the fact that Ichi has like a superhero suit. It's like it's because he's a comic book character. It's like his stupid suit. That's it. And Ichi means one in Japanese, so that's why there's a one on the back of his suit.
Okay, I did not know. I didn't understand that. I was like, why the one? Where is the one coming from? Okay, just to prove a point, I'm gonna pull up them side by side.
Yeah, Pedro's different. Vote
They're
for
like
Pedro.
completely different people.
Yeah, Bryce, that was a little racist of you, actually.
Yeah, that was wild that you said that.
All right, fair enough.
Well, people were calling Bryce racist on the Sinners episode, so I had to keep it going. But I didn't take a lot of notes on this because I feel like it just you can remember all the gross stuff because most of the movie is like I feel like the first like 45-ish minutes of the movie is really, really gross. Like it's really gross and really depraved. And I feel like it gets less gross as it goes on because they're trying to like clear, like finish the story at like the back half of the movie. So I feel like it's kind of separated into like, here's the most fucked up shit. And there's obviously gore in the last half of the movie too. But like the first half has the him watching the woman get beat up, and then he's like, I'm gonna kill him for you, kills him, then ends up killing her. That scene is so awful. I feel so bad for her. Like I hate that scene so much. Like she deserves to live.
Something that we should probably explain is that there's like multiple gangs involved here. There's like the overarching, like what would you call it, like crime syndicate or...
so the one that Kakihara is in where the boss goes missing, they call themselves the Anjo gang,
right? So they are a gang, but they're a part of a larger operation with multiple gangs.
Syndicate.
Syndicate. Okay.
Okay, so I just looked at the opening scene. So there is a rape in the opening, like, couple of scenes.
But isn't it Ichi's, like, memories? Is that what you're talking about with the schoolgirl?
No, because it shows the guy raping the woman and then looking out and seeing someone watching him, and then there's also a flashback to like a schoolgirl.
That's in the opening scene, really?
Yeah, because there's the cum that the title card is of. So
True.
What were they coming about? And Ichi did
what
kill
were they coming
the boss.
about?
Right. So
but he wasn't watching the boss. That wasn't the boss he was watching, right?
That wasn't the boss.
Wasn't it?
In the opening scene, is it? Can you show it? Or will we get flagged?
All right. Well, let me see if I can mute this. Okay, so
YouTube, we're not doing anything wrong.
Can I?
YouTube, all rights reserved. I think I might have just saved us there.
Get a screen. G the killer.
Let's see it.
I don't think it'll show anything.
Really?
It's got some kind of DRM on it.
I can't see anything. Okay, whatever.
I'm pretty sure
matter.
he's watching the pimp and his his
that's
hoe.
later.
No, I think he watches them multiple times, Bryce.
He does watch them multiple times. That is true.
Okay.
Because it's the same plant that he comes on later. I remember him coming twice. It's the title sequence and then it's later. It has to be...
Okay, so it starts out like in the club or something.
In the club?
In like the gambling club, and the guy gets a call from his daughter or something.
Yes, I remember that. Yes. It
And
is
so
his
then
daughter.
it
Maybe you
cuts
should have
to
taken notes.
a woman getting raped, which I assume is the daughter. I don't know. Like it's
The opening
it's-
sequence is like a lot of really fast things happening. And then it kind of settles into what the movie's going to be about.
Well, I don't
So
even
so do
think
we
the
never
opening
see
scene
the
is that-
actual boss? Do we never see the face of the actual
don't
boss?
think
We
so.
never see him. I need to.
I don't even think it really matters. Let's just like the important part is the boss is killed by Ichi, but the gang doesn't know he's dead. They just know he's missing. That's all that really matters.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to read the synopsis on IMDb and see if it can clear this up.
No, but that's true. Like, I don't think you ever see the boss. I really don't.
This is riveting stuff.
Where did you
Okay,
watch
so I
this,
guess-
Bryce? How
I
did
guess
you
it
see
is
this?
the Ichi is watching the pimp raping the
Thank
prostitute.
you so much. Me and
Wow,
Max
we
have
just
been saying
wasted
this.
15 minutes to try and explain that to you.
It's just introing the whole movie. Like, it's like a bunch of shit happening at once. And then you
I mean,
never...
How am I supposed to know that the
'cause it
person that
comes
was
back.
killed
Because
is
you're a
not the person
professional
that you
movie
see?
reviewer, Bryce. Because you're a professional movie reviewer. Because you do this. You've done this for almost 7 years, Bryce. That's how you're supposed to know it. It's a movie that you watched last night.
All right, we can move on.
I mean, how many times do we gotta explain that it was the pimp and the hoe? We said it like a million times.
I thought it was two. What happens two times? I didn't know it was the same.
Yeah,
guy.
he did, because he does it multiple times because he goes to this prostitute all the time because he likes the way that she's beaten up, and that makes him horny. So
Okay.
he watches her get beaten up. That makes him horny. He jerks off, and then he sees her the next night and makes her suck his dick, and then he goes back every night. Like, that's
Okay.
the implication, is that
All
he's
right.
just fucking weird and he's
That
creepy.
makes a lot more sense.
Okay.
I'm just saying the two scenes back to back is very confusing.
You were the one you said you liked the quick editing, but I don't know.
I'm sorry you were confused, Bryce.
That's funny. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
We can move on.
So then
Sydney
Kaki...
can edit all this out. It's
Yes.
fine.
No, I'm keeping this in. Girl, please. So Kakihara he has scars all over his face, and he's really sexy and has really cool clothes. And
He is Hemi Neutron, to be
he's-
honest.
I really love the Himalaya one. That one was good.
He's Osama Bin Laden.
Oh my god. But yeah, so Kakihara is tasked to find the boss, and he's sadomasochistic, but he's more masochistic. Like, and we find out later that he wants to find the boss so bad because the boss used to beat him up, and he got sexual pleasure out of getting beaten up the way that the boss used to beat him up, and he can't replicate that in anyone. He keeps trying to find these people that can beat him up, and it's not. He's like, you need to put love in it, like, and no one gets it, but this boss got it. So he's really sad, and he wants to find the boss. So he starts, getting people from other gangs inside the syndicate, because like there's this guy called Gigi, and he's like feeding Kakihara information, which we think is reliable, but we find out later that it is he's been tricking Kakihara the whole time. So Kakihara just keeps capturing people and torturing them, like the hook thing we were talking about. That shit is nasty. He pours hot oil on his head, like it's real bad.
Well, he
And-
pours boiling oil on his entire back and head.
Yeah. And
Do you know how horrifying that is?
No, it's awful.
It's so bad.
It's crazy.
And he survives. He has 20 hooks in his whole body, like hanging, suspended from the ceiling, and then gets hot oil because Kakihara is making shrimp tempura, obviously. And
My dad had a scar on his hand from, like, there was like some what's it called? What's the thing that you dip the food that you dip in
Fondue?
boiling oil? What?
Fondue, he said.
Fondue, yeah. So there's like a fondue pot full of oil, and like it spilled, and he got some on his hand, and it was just there his entire life, just this scar tissue on the webbing between his thumb and forefinger. And he got out light because there was a lady that got it on her legs.
Oh my God.
It's just like, yeah, it's burn victim horror story kind of stuff, having boiling oil.
It's like the McDonald's coffee lawsuit.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's like
But worse.
Have you guys seen my scar? I guess you can. It's so faded now. It's kind of
Have you
sad.
seen these scars?
It used to be a cool scar. Yeah, you can't even see it on the camera. But I used to have a burn scar that was like that big, and it was in the shape of a waffle. Because when I was a kid, my mom told me to clean the kitchen, and I didn't know that the waffle iron was still hot, and I scooped it up. And the waffle print just burned right here, and like I swear the skin was like liquid seeping, like dripping off my arm. It was crazy.
So was it third degree? That's bad.
I don't know what degree it is. I mean,
that sounds bad.
I can see the scar very faintly still. It used to be like I had a clear waffle on my arm, but
you're like, yeah, this is just one of those body mods. I just want to have a waffle on my arm. And
it happened the day
Michael
before
Scott
I went to EFY.
Waking up in the morning and stepping on the waffle iron with George Foreman grill.
So yeah,
You guys
anything
didn't
with
watch The
skin.
Office?
I did
No,
a
yeah,
long
I've
time ago.
seen it. I mean, Office references are a little late in 2025. But
All right.
Go off, King.
Poor Bryce. Okay. So it kind of jumps around a lot, and there's a lot of gore, but we're introduced to this character, Karen, who was the boss's lady. And so she's kind of implicated. Like, Kakihara's like, why are you not like with the boss? And she's like, he's probably dead. I don't care. Like, so it's kind of implied that she was just, probably with the boss for money reasons. And she is an important character. She also speaks English most of the movie, which is fun, and also catches you off guard when she just speaks English and the rest of the movie is in Japanese. And you're like, oh, this girl is just chilling. I like her a lot, and her ending makes me really sad. But before that, we're also introduced to Ichi, who is the guy that's watching a girl get raped and then jerk off, and he's really strange.
Yeah, let's talk about Ichi's suit, because this is the most... Okay, no, there's two incredibly unbelievable parts of this movie. Number one is Ichi's suit. Number two is the guy who puts on dog's ears and sniffs out the guy
from sniffing the lady's pussy, and then he goes, I know where he is. That was so
tracks
good.
him across town.
So
yeah,
good.
That was crazy. And I kind of don't like when movies that seem to be set in some type of reality go off the rails in like little ways and then bring it back, because it's like, what universe are we in? Ichi's
It's a comic book, though. That's why.
Yeah, it's pretty, over the top to the point where it's cartoonish. Like, I think it's probably, even just underlines the point that, like, this is not reality. Let's all just agree that. So, yeah, the Ichi's outfit looks like he's about to step into a mech,
Yeah.
For some reason. It's like this.
And it has like razor blades on the heels and like in a couple other areas. But
that's his main weapon, is kicking. And it just
razor
slices.
Blades slice through body parts clean in one kick. It's insane.
You're
It's
dead.
Yeah, the
incredible.
logic doesn't follow, because the razor blades, or the knife, or whatever you're going to call it, is only about that big.
Yeah.
On the back of his heel, but it also can just bisect an entire human body.
And he can
From
kill
head-
like 20 people in a room in no time at all. And there's just blood and guts all over the floor. And then he just leaves. And you're like,
Yeah, you tried to take out a full room of people with only spinning kicks. And you tell me how it goes.
Like, imagine the optics. It's like you do one spinny kick and some guy with a gun is just going to shoot you. Like, it's like...
It's insane that there are
Every single one of these yakuza has a gun and no one shoots a gun ever.
Yeah, there's a guy who's like called the gunman, like, and he points it, but he does not shoot it.
I think there's only 2
he does
shots
shoot
in the
it.
entire
He does
movie. He
shoot it.
shoots Ichi in the leg twice. It's
Yeah.
like,
But yeah, if you walk into a room full of a gang, the room is full of gang, okay? And you're in this weird suit and you start doing kicks, you're gonna get shot so fast.
Yeah, and that suit's not protective. It's like it's
It
like
looks
you're
like
going
those-
skateboarding and you have like a bunch of knee pads on. Like
yeah, it looks
like
like
those
a
costumes
like
that
a
kids wear
henchman
to-
from a Schumacher Batman movie.
Right. Yeah. It looks like the costumes kids wear on Halloween to look like Spider-Man, where it's got like the fake
the
pecs.
chest. Yeah, it's very interesting, and it's also funny when he just like rips off his clothes and like reveals that he has a suit on at one point. You're just like, sure, because no one else has a Superman suit in this movie. Everyone else is just dressed like a fucking person, except for Kakihara, who's serving. He's absolutely serving. Every outfit that he wears is so gorgeous and beautiful. Like, it's crazy. And apparently in the comics, he's like a gross, like old guy, but he had really good style, so they made him sexy in this movie. And I think making him sexy was the right move.
It was definitely the right play.
Because it makes it like, I wouldn't watch a whole movie where like some creepy guy's being like masochistic. I don't want to watch that. You want to
Okay,
watch a
can you
sexy guy
guys
being masochistic.
Explain who these guys are.
I don't know who those guys are. I never knew who those guys were.
Those guys are part of Gigi's like crew, I'm pretty sure.
Can someone explain to me what Gigi's crew is? Like, what is their goal?
So Gigi is like an informant for Kakihara, right? That's what is set up. But in the opening scene, Gigi and like the other couple guys are the cleanup crew for Ichi. Kakihara does not know this. And we
Right.
also think that like Ichi is this mastermind and Gigi and these 2 other guys are just, you know, the cleanup crew for like, they're just part of his crew. Then he becomes an informant for Kakihara. Then he disappears and no one can find
There's Ichi.
Then he disappears and no one can find him. And then a little bit later in the movie, we find out that Gigi's actually like this evil mastermind. He has been brainwashing Ichi to be this like psychotic killer because Ichi has a traumatic brain injury that led him to be an amnesiac. So
His brain
therefore-
is like clay.
Yeah, his brain is like clay, and then Gigi feeds him these false memories to get him to get Ichi to kill people for Gigi, which is diabolical. And we don't
So I get all that, but I'm wondering why. Like, what are they trying to do? Are they trying to take down?
he wanted money.
What?
He wanted the boss's money. Remember they like moved into that really nice house?
Okay.
like they were living in that shitty little like bunk bed place, and then they had the nice place later. So they use, I think they
Okay,
used
I
the
guess
I
money.
feel like
makes
I'd
sense.
have to watch this movie like 3 times to get everything straight, and I do not want to watch this movie ever again.
Well, that's the thing is me watching it the second time, I finally could focus on like the story because I didn't, you obviously don't care about the story really when you're watching it the first time because it's so much disgustingness.
I'm just curious what these bicep pads are trying to do. Like, I get
Protect
the
his
shoulder
biceps,
pads,
dude.
but like
Imagine you're about to get punched and the guy's looking at you like this.
such a weird silhouette. I'm just saying.
I love how scared and sad he always looks.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, that would be more worrying to me if a guy was coming at me like that than if he just had a straight face.
Yeah, it's like they explain that when he gets since he is fucked up and has like this brain injury, and he's mentally handicapped, he cries when he's angry. It's like, okay.
Well, it's actually like, I mean, in terms of portraying a sadistic, dangerous person, it's like, this is pretty accurate. It's more in the spectrum of the what's it called? The shit. What's that word?
Non-binary.
No, not non-binary.
You're on fire today, Bryce.
My brain has been fried by this movie. Incels. It's more on the incel spectrum of like.
Yes.
But
I'm
he's
just
not an incel. That's the thing, is he does fuck in this movie. He gets blowjobs.
From prostitutes.
Prostitutes? What
Not
are you
the-
talking about?
From people that are trying to manipulate him.
Yeah. I don't
He
know.
gets blowjobs,
I
so
think-
he's cool.
I mean,
He's
no,
not-
I didn't mean he was cool, but like, it's just like, I don't feel bad for Ichi. He is sadistic and fucked up, but he is being brainwashed. So it's really difficult to see where the line is. Like, everyone is really bad in this movie. Everyone's a really bad person. Like, there are no redeemable characters except for the prostitute. I feel really bad for her. But like, it's like, Ichi doesn't know that what he's doing, he knows what he's doing is bad, but he thinks he's doing it because he trusts Gigi's judgment on everything, which is just crazy. So,
Yeah, it's weird because it plays it both ways where it says Ichi, it shows Ichi saying, I don't want to kill anymore and I don't want to kill people. But then also his origin story is actually that he killed his parents and then just kind of went insane.
Yeah.
did I miss that? When does that happen?
Yeah,
That's-
I don't remember the traumatic brain injury part. Like
He
they
got
talk
amnesia
about
from killing his parents.
and then he
and
kind of just made up a.
Oh, I thought,
Lost it
I
out.
guess I thought he
Justify it.
just got amnesia because his parents died. I think I misinterpreted it. But okay, so yeah, he is really crazy.
Yes.
Yeah. But also Gigi is taking advantage of him.
There's an important switch in Ichi at like towards the end where he doesn't want to kill. He just kills because Gigi tells him these people are bad. But there's a point where he tricks himself into thinking that when people are telling him, no, please don't kill me, they actually love that shit. And they're like, and he's
well,
like
the part
doing
where
them a favor.
he doesn't want to kill and
Yeah.
actually is like going against Gigi's wishes is when he can't come. Like he can get
Mhm.
hard, but he can't come. And so that's where he hires Karen or hypnotizes Karen. It's unclear. Isn't it Karen the one that shows up and sucks him off?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, I know. Yes.
Yeah. So she goes and
Oh,
sucks
yeah,
him
because
off.
Gigi's trying to get Ichi to come, like,
Right.
but like not like they're not touching each other. He's just like, why can't you come? And Ichi's like, I don't know. I'm hard, but I can't come. It's like so gay. Like,
Yeah. So he and once he comes again, then he can kill again. But also that's the enlightening moment for Ichi that he's like, oh, when they say they don't want to be murdered, they do want to be murdered.
yeah, that's the whole thing. Because like Gigi has fed him this story for so long that he was getting bullied. That Ichi was getting bullied when he was in like high school, and this girl stood up for him. And when this girl stood up for him, she got raped, and he just watched her get raped. And he took and when she's getting raped, she is calling out for Ichi to help her. But
Uh-huh.
Ichi is so fucked up that he interprets it as, no, she wanted me to rape her, not those guys. Right. Duh. So I need to go rape women. Like that's his logic.
Well, also
there.
he says like when he's talking about it, the guy is like, so you wanted to go help her? And he's like, no, actually, I just kind of wanted to rape her too.
Yeah.
But I didn't. So I have a lot of regrets about that.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
It's like-
so then what you're talking about is Gigi so Karen is coming from the side of Kakihara, and they have figured out that Ichi is the mastermind behind the boss's killing, and Kakihara wants to see the son of a bitch, right? So he's like, Karen, go in there and try to find him. Or Karen just is doing this because she loves Kakihara, because they tried to have like a sadomasochistic relationship, and
Well, she could also be hypnotized. It's a little unclear.
Well, she does get hypnotized, yes. But before that, Kakihara and Karen, they try to have their little relationship, and Karen isn't hitting him hard enough. She's not hitting him. There's no love in your violence. That's what he says to her. And
she hits like a girl.
Yeah. He wants to get hit by big man. And so I took it as like, I interpreted it as her going to Gigi to find Ichi, because like they're all trying to find Ichi. They know it's him, but they don't know where he is. And I took it as like she was trying to do this for Kakihara to get Ichi to Kakihara, so Kakihara would like love her or whatever. But then she gets hypnotized like by Gigi, which I think is a great scene. Like she goes, "Wait, are you hypnotizing me right now?" And he's like, "I don't know, am I? I don't know."
Yeah, he's kind of a player. He's like this. They call him an old man. I mean, he's older than they are, but he's not like ancient. He's just like, I don't know. He's not like this hot, young, sexy guy, but he's like hanging out with Karen. They're like playing a board game, and he's like, I don't know. He has some riz there.
Yeah. And
he's got old man strength, we find out later.
Oh. He has wicked old man strength.
But yeah, so then that's when Karen goes to Ichi, and she's been brainwashed or hypnotized into believing that she is Tachibana, which is the girl that got raped. And so this is the moment that you were talking about, Max, where he's like, oh, like when they say no, it's because they want to get raped, but they don't want it. So I need to rape her and kill her. And then you're like, okay, sure.
It's like, what's that called? CNC?
CNC, consensual non-consent, except she just dies. Like, it's like, except he slices her in the fucking throat, which is really sad.
Consensual, non-consensual murder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really sad.
Can I kink shame for a minute?
Okay, go
please.
for it.
If you're into consensual non-consent, see a therapist.
Big factoids. Yeah. I think we can agree there.
There's a lot of sex shaming happening in this podcast.
It's going to keep happening. What are your kinks, Bryce? I want to make fun of you.
Wait, that's a good afterpod. Should that be the game? What are our kinks?
We'll just share each other's favorite porn.
The bad CGI in this movie we should talk about. The mouth thing, when what's his name? Kakihara takes his piercings off and he like unhinges his jaw because he has these like Joker-esque scars that just never heal and they just open back up. I really hate that. I think it looks really stupid. Like I thought that was pretty silly. And then
why? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, scars heal, but if it were to reopen like it does, in the next scene they're just healed again.
Ugh, it's so yucky. That's
I don't know. I think it's cool. I mean, the scene where he's smoking and he just blows it out of the side, it's telling you that it never healed.
But it's so CGI. Even that smoke is. I hate this scene. I hate that one. That is so gross.
I mean, this is practical. This is just a.
There's no way that's practical. You think that's
that looked practical to me?
It's gross though. I don't like this is one of the grossest things to me in the movie. I really hate it. Like it's so yucky.
It's kind of awesome though.
It is.
I mean, he's
awesome.
him. He's him.
And then the CGI that you texted about, Max. If you want to talk about that.
It's incredible. The old man unbuttons his shirt and just has this wrestler's body, like a bodybuilder, like huge. I don't know. Can we pull up a picture? It's hard to explain. Like, he's huge. And the face is obviously photoshopped onto the body, and it's like trying to follow the body of this really strong man. It's maybe the best part of this movie.
It's hilarious, and it's very obvious. It's like in The Sopranos when the mom dies in real life and they CGI her into The Sopranos, and it just looks really bad. But it's canon. It's iconic. I There's another scene where they're brutalizing a woman, those twins that come in later on, which I really, those crazy kids. And they're brutalizing this poor woman. And then then they get the guy and they bring him there. And they were talking about how like someone had their arm pulled off or something. And one of the twins goes, like, looks at the guy he's torturing and he goes, "Do you think a human being can pull off an arm?" And the guy he's torturing goes, no. And he goes, "I think I'm going to try that." And he pulls his fucking arm off. It's funny.
I'm going to go
It's
off
hilarious.
on a limb.
It was a hoot. It was a hoot and a holler, I'll tell you what. Yeah,
I'm going to go off on a limb, wink, wink, and say that can't happen.
I don't think you could do that. No. You want to try? Let's get the props.
We should
in
try.
Here.
There's a lot of skin stretching in this movie.
Oh my god, yuck! It's a lot of yuck. Like there's a lot of this movie where you're sitting there on the couch and you're going, ugh. And I was trying to eat dinner while I watched this, and I had a peanut butter and jelly, and the jelly falling out of the sandwich was real not good for me. I was like, ooh, that's looks like blood. It's a really nauseating
If you've watched
movie.
this movie before, what on your right mind would possess you to eat during a second watching?
I was so hungry.
Like this scene.
I like how he is able to stretch it, but she has her long nails and she just is ripping into his face. Karen, the icon.
Poor guy.
I know. He's probably alive. He's probably fine. And then
Okay, can you tell me what the deal is with the cop and the son? Like,
oh, right.
why is he involved in any of this? Like, what's the point?
So he's like a disgraced cop that lost his gun, and his son gets made fun of this at school. Gets made fun of for this at school, like, oh, your dad's like a pussy, and he got
And then
kicked off
Ichi
the police.
kind of saves him.
Ichi saves him because he sees himself in the kid because he was bullied, but he wasn't bullied. That's all fake memories. But he saves this kid, so this kid is like, "Ooh, Ichi's gonna protect me," and then the cop finds out that, like, the kid tells him that, because the cop is like, "You need to go live with your mom if I die," and the kid's like, "No, I'll be fine on my own." It's like, you're 8, like you're not gonna be fine on your own.
So there's an important scene with that kid, though, where he's feeding the crows like little pieces of meat or something.
Yeah.
And that kind of comes back in the very end, which I think we'll have to touch on because...
Well, go for it. We're basically at the end anyways.
Okay, well, let's talk about the ending then. So Ichi and Kakihara are having their duel on the top of the building.
Final showdown.
It's a final showdown, and Ichi gets distracted because he was lied to about the cop, and he believes the cop is his brother, which he's not. And Ichi gets shot, and Ichi kills the cop right in front of the son, and then just lays down and cries. And this is like a big problem for
really funny.
Kakihara because he wanted to get beat up, and now the guy who was beating him up is laying down crying.
He wanted to get killed by, like, he was like, "I want you to kill me." Like, he's kicking him on the ground. He's like, "Get up and kill me. Like, you're the only person that's qualified to kill me because you're just as crazy as I am."
Yeah. But then there's a fake out where Ichi does get up and like slices him in the forehead and kicks him off the roof of the building, and he falls to his death.
But before then, he sticks his little knives in his ears, makes himself deaf.
Yeah, this is
and
the
he also
weirdest-
kills the kid. But this is all fake.
This is all the
right?
weirdest, most unnecessary fake out I've ever seen
Yeah,
for the
I
ending
agree.
of a movie.
Wait, it was fake?
It's fake.
Yeah, so
But
Okay.
Kakihara is dead at the end. He
Kakihara
falls.
he
is
killed himself.
dead, but he killed himself. He wasn't stabbed in the head by Ichi.
He just jumped off the
Because-
building.
When the old man moves his hair, there's no scar.
Oh.
And so it doesn't actually affect the ending at all. It just basically means that Ichi is still alive, I guess.
Well,
He's just
Yeah.
it
getting
affects
beaten up
the
by the little
ending.
kid.
It
Yeah.
affects the ending because the little kid doesn't actually die.
Which is good. Which is a good thing. I
And
honestly didn't know that.
in the final scene, you see Gigi's body hanging in a tree, and a young man walking by the tree, and he turns around, and a crow swoops over his head, and so
So it's the little boy.
it's the
grown
little kid
up.
grown up.
Huh. I didn't even realize that. Thank you for clearing that up. I was just
Yeah,
like, who the
it's
fuck is
dumb.
that?
It's completely
It's a
unnecessary.
bad fake out because it doesn't make any sense. Like,
It doesn't matter other than to say the little kid survived. I guess that's the redeeming.
No, it's good. It's good
The
that
last
the
redeeming thing of the movie is that the kid survives.
Yeah, it's good that the kid like got to grow up because you'd think he died. But I do like I wrote down when he tries to kill him, when Kakihara tries to kill himself and he just makes himself deaf, and then the color changes of the movie, like the whole color scheme changes. I thought that was really good. I said
Yeah.
so good. I love movies. What else is there? I think we've pretty much covered it.
we didn't talk about it, but I also like the scene where he cuts off the tip of his tongue.
Oh,
Yeah.
Pretty brutal.
So and he's so quick to do it. He's like, oh, you like, 'cause he fucks up by he tortured that guy in the other gang, and they want like reparations for it. And he goes, okay, I'll just cut off my tongue, like no problem.
Yeah.
Cuts it off, throws it at them, and goes, I'm gonna go find the boss. I'll be back. And everyone's like, oh shit. I think this movie's good. Like I think it's hard. It was hard to watch it for a second time, definitely, but I think it's worth watching it for a first time. I think Audition is definitely the better Takashi Miike movie because it's about a woman and she's not getting brutalized. She's brutalizing men, and we love that. But I don't know. I like this movie.
So the question is, who would win in a fight between Ichi and 100 men?
like the
Well,
gorilla.
I think the answer is obviously Ichi.
Ichi
Yeah.
100% is winning.
All right. Would Ichi win against a gorilla?
I don't think he would kill an animal. I don't honestly think that he has anything against animals.
Fair enough.
I
Fair
think
enough.
he would just, but I don't think he would let the gorilla kill him. I think he would just make peace with him.
I think if I was one of the, and I don't say this to make myself out to be great or anything, but I think if I was one of the 100 men, the gorilla is going down.
Yeah.
I think I just have enough grit
So
and like
stupid.
I'm kind of like spry and
People that
I-
don't think 100 men can take a gorilla are insane. It's like,
100% 100 men can kill a gorilla. You don't need 100 men. I think you need 20.
yeah,
Yeah.
10.
10.
mm,
But if
All
you
right,
had,
what's-
but
what's
if you
your-
had,
what's your-
if you had Kakihara, Timothy Chalamet over there,
yeah.
he could do it.
Okay, Max, what would your strategy be? Like if you were to advise 100 men to attack a gorilla, what would you say?
Well, I would definitely want the stronger men to be on like grapple duty because we gotta. The thing is, you don't want those arms swinging around and like grabbing people and
Right.
biting off heads.
Yeah.
You want the arms subdued. You want the head subdued, and then I think everyone just gets around and kicks like a lot.
Yeah. I think you just like tap into your chimp brain and you gotta like blind.
Yeah, you got to go for the eyes.
like, rip its balls off.
Gorillas are 4
you
to
gotta
10.
chew its fingers off like immediately. And then just start beating the shit out of it after that.
Gorillas are 4 to 10 times stronger than humans. So you would
Yeah.
need at least 10 humans.
So
they
I'll tell
punch
you-
between 1,300 and 2,700 pounds of force. And they're 400 pounds, and their muscle mass density is 4 times higher than the most heavily muscled, powerful human.
Yeah, but 400 pounds isn't bad. Like, if you get like 6 guys, you can lift 400
you need
pounds.
more than 6. You need more than 6.
Well, you said that the gorilla is as strong as 4 to 5, right?
4 to 10.
Oh, 4 to 10?
Yeah. It
Okay,
depends on
well.
the size of the gorilla.
Then
But
you'll
you
just
can-
need 11.
But you can only like exert about like if you're 150 pounds, you can only exert about 700 neutrons of force.
Jimmy Neutrons
Yeah.
of force.
Himmy neutrons.
So have you ever picked up a dog
the
that's being
difference is
bad?
you can surround the gorilla. Like someone is always behind the gorilla.
They're really fast though.
Have you ever picked up a dog that's being bad and put him in air jail?
Yes.
So
No, my
dogs
dog's like
can't.
90 pounds.
You can't pick up a fucking gorilla, Max.
No, listen to me. Shut up. Listen. You put the dog in air jail. They can't do anything. They literally go limp because they have no recourse.
Uh-huh.
I stand by 4 to 6 guys can lift a gorilla that's 400 pounds.
You can't.
And just wait until it goes limp.
Yeah,
But
well, what's he
how
gonna
are
do?
you
He's like
gonna-
in air jail.
How are you gonna?
Well, a dog can't reach behind it.
Yeah, gorillas
Behind
have
itself.
fucking hands, and their feet have opposable thumbs too. We don't.
But if you put him on his back, like, and he's like, ugh, like, I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
he could go and he could grab you like literally like this and rip your arm.
That's
off.
what the
It can
strong
literally
men are
reach
for.
behind its back.
Yeah,
The
dude, just
strong
like
men
this,
are for the
dude.
arms.
Mm-hmm.
You grapple.
Yeah, but the arm, then he's going like this, and you're gone. Like your hand is.
Can I tell you what I
broken.
really think though is I don't think 100 men. I think there'd be too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I think
I
a
don't think
couple
they'd
of
be
them
able
would
to
be on their
strategize.
phones. Like it's not.
I think the problem is they could do it if they had a good strategy, but 100 men aren't going to strategize well together. Not without a clear leader,
True.
which would be
Yeah, and the thing that the like caveat they give to this whole thing is like you can't use any weapons or anything. It's like you
Sure.
could find a stick. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but you can't. That's what they're telling you. No weapons. You only arms. Could you bite it?
yeah,
could bite it.
Bite it.
You could
You
bite
can
it.
bite it for sure. If the gorilla gets to bite, I get to bite.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
See there
There should have been a gorilla in this
It's the
movie.
problem. People that say like 100 men couldn't do it are just assuming that, and you know it's a fair assumption. The first guy that goes up to the gorilla or the first person that gets grabbed by the gorilla is going to get torn apart, and that's gonna scare a lot of the 99 remaining men. But I mean, come on, you can beat the shit out of a gorilla with 100 men.
but you would need you would need at least 10 people on the gorilla at all times. Like,
Have you ever
can't-
seen
you
those
can't go
videos
one-on-one.
that's like 100 toads from, or like
Uh-huh.
1 million toads from Mario against like 1 T-Rex or something? It would be like that because the only way for it to work is if the grunts have no fear.
Mm.
If you go into it with fear, like those toads are climbing up and just like taking fire blasts from Godzilla. And they don't care. They're like
Right,
climbing over
and
bodies.
that's the human fallacy is that we care and we have emotions.
Yeah. A simulation.
Here we go.
So
Let's
good.
find out.
Knocking them down. Oh my god.
See, look at all these guys that are doing nothing.
Yeah, that's
mean-
the problem. You got to like group up. You got to phalanx them, you know?
Wait,
Yeah,
like they're all dead. He's just
they're all just trying to punch from a distance. Like,
oh my god.
See, a
See you
phalanx of men
later.
is stronger than a gorilla because
Yeah.
you put all the force of every man back to back and you're pushing on each other. There's no way a gorilla gets through that.
right.
Yeah, because if you do a Red Rover type of situation, you could probably. But these men are not organized. These are
No,
just,
these men are not
Look,
organized.
they're all fucking dead, dude. There's 2 left. Boom, gone.
Just
One
that guy.
standing. One
Would not
standing.
want to be this guy.
Damn. Done. 20. That was good.
Yeah.
All right. That was our game today, Gorilla Talk.
All right.
But that was our episode. Would you recommend this to anyone, guys?
I mean, you have to ask me for a recommendation for like the most fucked up movie.
Hold on. Before we end this, I need you to. I'm gonna send you a video, and I want you to play it for
Are you gonna
everybody.
do
This
Dracula
is-
Flow?
This is my type of content right here. I just put it in the chat. Bryce.
Are you doing Dracula Flow? Is it? Please, I'm hoping. Oh my god.
All right, that's good.
It's
I need to
halfway
watch
through.
this.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. If we're doing that, one more. This will send us out. You don't
right.
need to watch the whole thing. It's 17
This
minutes
is all.
long.
I mean, you guys are just giving up content for the afterpod, is what you're doing right now.
No, this
That's
is
true, but-
important. You don't need to watch the whole thing. We'll just do a little bit of it. It's not. It's
Gas and cutting straight to the bricks.
Oh, this guy.
Ha! This shit ain't nothing to me, man.
he's
We
him.
smoking runts. Shorty got a BBL, took that shit out because she couldn't run. I had to do it to them snipe. I went Judge Judy on that pussy snipe. I'm not loyal to anybody. I'm a demon. I have no loyalty for anyone. Never did, never will. Shorty chose to be with a demon. Sounds like her problem to me. Ha ha. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. My money longer than James Cameron. On and off the court,
you don't
straight
need to-
fundamentals.
You could skip through, but no, you don't need to.
All right.
That's where I'm him comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
yeah.
That's the origin of I'm him?
Well, those are all four of Dracula Flow into one video. I would say Dracula Flow 3 is probably my favorite.
There's a part where he says they must have amnesia because they forgot that I'm him.
All right.
We gotta watch the whole, not the whole thing, but we gotta do Dracula Flow 3. But that was the episode on Ichi the Killer. Yay! Thank you. I don't think we have any new patrons, but that just means that we need more patrons. So go to our Patreon at patreon.com/horrormovietalk. Our phone number is 682-253-4468. Please leave us a voicemail. I think we have a couple. We'll do them probably next time. But thanks for listening. I love you guys very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Oops. Just kidding.
Good day, sir.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink.
Is that a raincoat? Yes, it is.
I just took a stroll through the scraggly woods.
He had no face.
Horror!
This Smith & Wesson got me moving like an invasive species. Sorry.